What's up, y'all? It's your boy Kev on stage, and it's time for Dear Kev on stage. Today's message reads, "What's up, Kev? Longtime fan of yours. Keep up the good work. Big Wayne 275. I would like to hear what you have to say about the stigma I see that saints have against Freemasons. It seems like church folk have nothing against fraternities and sororities, but when it comes to masonry, you're the devil. Give me your opinion, brother. Much love. Still waiting for you to come to Cleveland. So am I. You live in Cleveland. Book your boy, KevOnStage.com. I'm not taking any gigs until like April or March, though. March or April. April, May. Anyway. So, part one. There was a stigma against fraternities and sororities for a time. Now, this is very little of my knowledge. This is just what I heard. To be quite honest with you, I knew nothing about fraternities or sororities pretty much until I got to college. Not many people in my family went to colleges or HBCUs and pledged or didn't pledge. My uncle said he almost pledged to be a Q dog, but it didn't work out. And I didn't even know what he was talking about when he said a Q dog. I learned pretty much everything about fraternities and sororities when I got to college, and it was a historic or a primarily white institution. So we had some fraternities and sororities there, and some Christians were like, man, I know saints don't like you to be in fraternities and sororities, but I'm gonna do it anyway because my family did it, so I was like, this is not something I heard about in my local churches growing up. No preacher ever mentioned anything about it, like, ever. So, fraternities and sororities, but from people who joined, they said they had heard a lot of stigma. So that's the first part. Now, Masonry is a little different. I know like two Masons. A friend of mine back home in Washington, and he went to my church. It's a good friend of mine. I didn't even know he was a Mason for like ever. And then a former business partner of mine is a Mason. And when we went into business, Jay and Aunt and I were like, look, before we go into business, we know you're a Mason because somebody had told us, like, y'all know he's a Mason. We were like, excuse me? And I didn't know anything about Masons except the Masonic temples didn't have many windows. They had some, and they had that G with the protractor on it. And it was just super secretive. So I didn't even hear that much that it was the devil. I just was just like, what y'all doing in there telling secrets? What y'all whispering for? What y'all whispering for? Hold on one second. Yes.
Sorry.
Close the door.
Okay. Sorry about that.
It's all right. To answer your question, I would say this. In my studies of the Bible, I didn't hear anything about to be or not to be a Mason. In general, people don't understand things that often make them out to be bad. I don't know if you guys remember when Kirk Franklin released Stomp, the church was like trying to cast him out for making devil music, because I think that the two things were he didn't say Jesus, and they were playing Stomp in the clubs. So it couldn't be serving God. Now, without Kirk Franklin, you don't have modern music and pretty much a whole genre of music, because Kirk took all those blows and allowed that music to happen. So back to the Mason thing, if we don't understand stuff, we make it out to be bad. So we asked him questions like, yo, what's up with this Mason stuff? Are y'all, we literally asked him, are y'all serving the devil or what? And he was like, no. Pretty much every Mason believes in a higher power. Some are Christian, some are Muslim, some are Buddhist, whatever the case is. It's a fraternity, a brotherhood for the greater good, much like a fraternity, would be. And then when I found out my friend was a Mason, he goes to church every Sunday, still to this day goes to church every Sunday, believes in God, loving wife and kids. And he also does his Mason stuff. So those two people haven't led me to believe that Masonry is inherently of the devil. Now, with most things, it's about your motivation. That's why I like Romans 14. What is your motivation to do something or not to do it. So his motivation to become a Mason was he was looking for a fraternity, a brotherhood. And that's what he found there. And then he also had a fraternity and brotherhood at the church. So to answer your question plainly, I don't think it's inherently of the devil. I would do your research before you do anything. I would just caution people to be open-minded. And you can be open-minded and say, I've researched it, it's not for me, but it's not. I don't necessarily say it's against for you. If you're going to say it's of the devil, I think you should find out where in the Bible it makes it of the devil. I'm not saying it's not in there. I haven't seen anything about it. So, you know, and at the end of the day, if my friend never told me he was a Mason, I never would have known. He would have still been my friend. He still would have been coming to church every Sunday. My business partner, if I hadn't known, I would have known. I don't know. Again, I've never been on that side. I know they do have some secret handshakes and stuff they can't tell you. I don't know nothing about it or what it is. Even should I be afraid of it or not. So I would just caution you, do your research. Do your research, people, before you say things are the devil. And do your research before you join things that you may or may not understand. It's your boy, Kev on Stage. Thank you, Roddy. If you have a question, hit me, KevOnStage@gmail.com. I'll do my best to answer. See you tomorrow.
What's up, everybody? It's Kev on Stage. Go subscribe to my YouTube page. Don't you be bitter. Just follow me on Twitter. What's up, everybody? It's Kev on Stage. Go subscribe to my YouTube page.